Networking is probably one of the most undervalued activities in the business world. Most people network really hard when they need something, like a new job. But as soon as they get whatever they need, they stop the process. So in this video, I'm going to lay out a couple of networking tips that have helped me. Just to give some context, I've got 30,000 connections on LinkedIn with 150,000 followers. I've got 6,000 connections on Twitter, and I've also got a pretty decent sized following on here. But I maintain relationships, and that's the key. You can ask anybody and a lot of people who comment on these videos if they know me and if they've had a conversation. I am very active when it comes to building relationships. So what's been the ROI of this networking? Well, about a year ago, I stopped my own business and wanted to go and work for a company full-time again. I made an announcement to my network on LinkedIn, and I had about 20 people reach out, basically offering me a job. I interviewed with 3 of them, and then really got to pick which company I wanted to work at the most. 0 resumes, 0 applications. It's also allowed me to monetize as well. I send a lot of business leads to other business leaders, and typically can negotiate a pretty large percentage for that business. That alone has generated over 100K over the past year, literally just making introductions. So now to the business tips. Number 1, business networking has completely changed over the last couple of years. It used to be a lot of in-person networking events, and those definitely go on, but now there's a lot of Discord channels, there's a lot of Slack channels, there's a lot of communities for different industries. For example, if you go to my Linktree, there is a community for talent acquisition and recruiters. You can join that for free and start having conversations with people. So tip 1 is to join one of those online groups. Tip 2, and this takes a little bit of work, but it's set a goal of connecting with 2 to 3 new people from LinkedIn or from one of these networking events and have an online coffee, half-an-hour conversation, and actually get to know people. When I started building my network on LinkedIn, I went extreme with this and had 10 to 15 conversations a week. It took a while for it to yield some results, but before I knew it, I was getting business referrals, I was making new connections, and really I was just getting to know some amazing people who I'm friends with still. So what I do is I just have a plan of 15 to 20 people that I'm going to DM or text each week. It takes about 20 minutes. It's not that big of a time investment. I've already put in half an hour having an initial conversation and getting to know the people. Now it's just really fostering those relationships. Number 3, creating content. How does this work? Well, if I have a conversation with someone offline and then they start to see my content, I'm able to stay top of mind and build that relationship. Then comments mean a lot more. If you never really meet with someone, comments, they can go a certain way in DMs, but nothing beats a 30-minute conversation. If you can do these in person, even more powerful. Attend events. Online events are great, but so are in person. Get out there and actually meet people. The best events are when online communities have offline events. You already know people, and meeting them face-to-face goes so much further. So there you have it. They're my networking tips.